Morning class. So today we're gonna go for a little run and we're gonna talk about what it means to be human. So a lot of people think that what makes us human is that we walk or talk or the way we use our hands for tools. But today I want to talk about something a little different.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. What a wonderful world.
So we're gonna have to run a really long ways to make this happen because I got a lot to show you. But we're gonna have a lot of fun. First, we're gonna run out across town to some woods over there. So the reason why we're back here is to ask, why did we come down from the trees? I'm gonna climb up here and just show you something. You see that? Oh my God. Oh my God. So the question is, why did we come down from the trees? What if these fences weren't here? It would be crazy. So then you think about our ancestors. They're like 4 feet tall, not very big, not very strong, not especially fast, no fangs, no claws, no poisons, really no weapons at all. You know, Donna Hart says that a lot of people think of us as man the hunter. It's a lot more like we were man the hunted. How did we survive? So one reason is that we had no choice. The ancestors of these guys evolved in the forest. We evolved in the scrublands and savannas that emerged as climate change started to change the environment in East Africa about 25 million years ago. Chimps evolved here in the rainforest. We evolved over here in the scrublands and savanna. And over time, we lost our ability to swing through the trees. But what we lacked in swinging, we made up for in singing. Let me go show you something. Can you hear that? This is actually why we're here. So they're basically talking to each other, right? But they're using like this sort of screaming sound. Our ancestors would have been basically the same. We wouldn't have had full language 4 million years ago when we came down from the trees. But we might have been singing to each other. And this is key. It's singing that might have allowed us to survive. All right, here we are, the prairie dogs. Oh, look at this, look at this. You see that? They're out on the prairie and they're very vulnerable. Oh, did you hear that? Right on, so just like us, these guys stand out on the prairie, they're very vulnerable. They have no fangs, no real way of protecting themselves, but they can sing. They can sing about things coming from the sky, things coming from the ground. They can even identify the size and color of things so that they can take evasive action and save themselves. See, humans also have this ability to sing, and we know that we've been doing this for millions of years. Did you hear that? She's speaking baby talk. Anne Fernald did this study of baby talk around the world, and she found that there were 4 songs that all humans sing to their babies while they're talking to them. So they say things like, good boy, and see that rising intonation, good boy. There's another one, oh, poor little thing. It's like the song of compassion. Then there's the song of teaching, right? You just say, stop, don't do that. And then finally, you also have the question song, like, where's the ball? That rising intonation like that. So there's these 4 songs that all humans sing all over the world. Some researchers took these songs, took them to the Amazon, and people who didn't speak any English at all could understand these California mothers talking to their babies because they recognize these songs. So while monkeys and chimpanzees only have a few basic calls, we have this rich tapestry of calls that we've eventually molded into language. In other words, as human beings, we were born to sing. Could be a dream. Do 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 do. So, I just want to go on record as saying that as of mile 3.7, yeah, 3.7, I'm having a blast. So a lot of people think that we came down from the trees and started walking so we could stand up and use our hands for tools. But the reality is we didn't start using tools for about 1 million years after we came down from the trees. The real advantage to walking was efficiency. A chimpanzee can only walk about 1.5 miles using the same amount of energy that we use walking or running 6 miles. This walking efficiency allowed us to cover more ground. And the more ground you could cover, the more food you could gather. So there became a selection process for those who were the most efficient walkers. Generation after generation, we became more efficient at walking. The most efficient walkers could get more food. Like 2.5 million years ago, we were fully committed to life on the land. Our arms were shorter, our fingers were shorter, our toes were shorter, all of which made us more efficient at walking, but not so good in the trees. We could no longer grab a branch with our feet, but our legs were now long and efficient, ready for running across the grasslands. But we would need 2 more adaptations before we're really ready to start running. So first, we got fat. The fat is so rich in energy. I've got some here in my bag right now. Got some cashews here. You see, monkeys are only like 3% body fat. Humans were born with 15%, and we shoot up to 25% while we're still young. These fat reserves sustained us through the leanest of times, and those who could sustain themselves the best were the ones who survived. And so generation after generation, we got fatter. So now we're about 5 times as fat as our monkey ancestors. There's one more adaptation I need to show you. Here's our next stop, right there, the water tower. There was one more key adaptation that developed under that hot African sun. Sweat. While other animals can only cool by panting, we can just let the air run over our skin as the sweat cools us. And this gave us a key advantage. Sweat makes us one of the most fuel-efficient bioengines on the planet. Over time, our butts got bigger, the ends of our legs and arms got thinner and lighter. We were able to spring across the landscape. Our arch here and our Achilles tendon made our legs like biological springs, increasing our efficiency by 17%. A review of research in 2004 showed that there were 26 adaptations to the human body that are required for running, but not for walking. As Chris McDougall said, we were born to run. Of course, the question is, why am I running 19 miles? Our ability to sing, sweat, and run might have made us into a deadly weapon. You see, all we'd have to do is get an animal on the run. Working together, we could get it away from the trees, out of the shade, into the sun. And if we could keep it on the run, it couldn't pant to cool down. After a while, it would just fall down, ready for the kill. So here Daniel Lieberman writes, all the hunter needs is the ability to both run and walk long distances, about 19 miles. So I've ran 18 miles now and I'm starving. But fortunately, according to Lieberman, we're close to the kill. Remember how good I felt 3.7 miles into this? Oh, feeling it now. Food is killed, cleaned, and cooked. So I've actually decided I'm going to run a whole marathon. I've already ran 19 miles. I just have 7.2 miles left to go because humans will try anything. I just have to refuel a bit first. Literally, we're no longer adapting to our environment. We're adapting our environment to suit us. Our bodies are adapted to scarcity, to places where it's hard to find fat and sugar like this. Now where it's so easy, we end up with mismatch diseases. Our craving for sugars and fats and our ability to store fat becomes a problem. So here's the real reason why I'm running today. About 12 years ago, I had a really bad injury. I tore my meniscus and I thought I would never run again. And I didn't run for many, many years. By the age of 35, I had basically adapted to life in a chair. I sought out the comforts of our world and gorged on them. In the process, I became very unhealthy. My cholesterol spiked up. I was putting myself in danger of the mismatch diseases that Lieberman talks about. So then about just like 6 months ago, I gave myself a little challenge, a 28-day challenge. And the challenge was to run everywhere. I literally just started running errands everywhere. Like I was literally running. And it actually was pretty fun. I was pretty sure that after 2 weeks, like the typical pains would come back. Like every time I've tried to run with my torn meniscus, my knee would swell up. I had this really strange hip pain. So I was pretty sure I would never really run again. I was used to just running really fast and trying really hard, and it was just exhausting. But running easy felt like something I was meant to do, you know? There was something about this easy running style that was sort of like a barefoot style, just like our ancestors. And not only was I not in pain, I actually felt better than ever. I started running 8 to 10 miles a day. So when the 28-day challenge was over, I just didn't want to stop. I just kept going. Habits are a very human thing. Our brains are now 76% neocortex, and this neocortex controls complex behaviors. It takes over for things that maybe used to be instinctual. So as our neocortex has expanded, we've been driven less by nature and more by culture, less by impulse and more by reason, less by instinct and more by habit. This means that we can tap into those things that make us human, like asking questions, making connections, trying new things, to actually make us better humans, change our habits. What I love about running is not just this immediate sense of joy and lightness that I feel now, or the lack of pain. It's like this constant reminder that we can change. And it's a reminder to myself that I've kind of gotten in the habit of making better habits. So I've learned to draw, animate, play the violin. I just keep picking 28-day challenges and doing them. And it just brings so much joy to my life as I watch myself grow and change. Even at age 41, I still feel like I'm learning something every day. 25 miles done. Just 1 more mile, most of it straight up, but I'm feeling really good. I feel great. All right, Brennan's here to film the final ascent. Oh, and Mallory's here too. Yay! The final ascent is here. Not sure if this counts as running anymore. This is might be it. This might be it. Oh! So, I think this is it. Yeah, this looks like it. This looks like it. Yes. Yes. Here it is. Check out the view. Alright, go to anth101.com/challenge3 to do your own 28-day challenge and look for an upcoming video following up this one. I'll tag it here, there, or down below. So you can join the 28-day band. Pick an instrument, pick a song, we'll play it together in 28 days. Oh, did you hear that?